Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode. Um, it's all about understanding of lease rental agreement. This an educational purposes only. We all know that state laws vary in a certain provisions in this in these sample forms be may not be um not be enforceable in every state. So here's my list that I use in my rental property. Um, if you can see in here, I I I put my LLC name and the property address, um, and also the email address and the contact number and the logo. This is my logo company. That means that I am entitled for these documents. So here is this is the this is 5 pages, and it's include the premises, uh number two, rental payments amounts, and the holding security deposit uh fee or non-refundable move-in fee, and the noise disturbance, illegal activity. Number six, inspections and payments. Number seven, maintenance or interior and exterior. Pits, which is very common problem nowadays. Liability. Number 10, renter insurance also. So don't forget to include this in your terms for your rental property. Number 11, parking. And number 12 is community roles. And the other common problem is smoking roles. So maybe you experience this some happening in your units. And number 14 is pest control, and also the changing locks. So I include here the changing locks, and also the the individual name as tenant in section 1. Number 16, and then the last is 17, unit or premises move-in inspection. So all of this is included in my lease agreement. So now I will explain you one by one about this um of this part. Like for example, date of agreement. So this lease agreement made us enter on this day. For example, the tenant sign the lease today. Today is March 28, 2024. So they must write it down in here, March 28, 2024. And you must write here also your company name, not your name. We use our company name. We have an LLC, so write down in here Sarangip Investment LLC and the name of the residence. So here, number one is the premises. So the premises is the landlord owner's lease to the resident occupant the premises located in. We must write it down in here what number of the unit that 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 he will or he or she are to live. So here is, for example, unit 4 to and the address of the property. And we always required a 1 year lease. Upon the screening, we always ask our applicants if they are okay for 1 year lease, because if they are not, so they are not the right tenant for this property. So we our condition is 1 year lease. So for example, if some tenants if the resident signed for example, he designed it March 28, but he or she they like to move in the April 1. So you write down in here April 1, 2024, and to the end we always use a 31 the the terms, the contract. So we always use the end of the month, which is April 31, 2025. So that's the way that we write in our rental property. And also here, sir, the list of applicants. For example, your residence is a family. You have a husband, children, they have kids. So they must write it down in here. Their number one to their the applicant's name, for example, their husband and the kids and the relationship. Write it down. So here about the utilities. So in our rental property, we are the one to pay for the water, sewer, and garbage. So and the loan care, so that pretty much so the residents must be signed up because they are shoulder for the energy bill, so they must to sign here or just or initial. And for example, if they have telephone, so if they like to put telephone, so here put initial on also the cable. So we have also rules about the how they put the trash in the dumpster. So we have our rules here that always put in the bags before the dump in the dumpster. So and here also upon the when they move in or upon signing the lease, they must to change the utility company name to their they must to put their name to the utility company upon in a move-in date. So we must to ask them when in our pre-screening we often ask if they can transfer the utility to their name. If not, meaning they have some problem. So yeah, that's part of the screening the tenant too. And also number two is the rental payment amount. So you write it down in here. The rent must be always due to the first day of per month, due on the first day of each month. So if they are, and we charge the late fee of $50 if not paid by the fifth month. Some people are, some property owners are, they charge additional after 15 days, but we know we just charge $50 if they are late, if not paid by the fifth of the month. So here, you don't forget, you must do, don't forget, we always put here tenant initial to prove that they read the terms and conditions, uh, part of the lease. So here also I put the photo or company name to prove that this our document is from my company documents. So here number three is the holding security deposit fee or non-refundable move-in fee. So we require a non-refundable move-in fee. So once again, if we screen our tenant, it's part of our screening that if they are okay for non-refundable move-in fee. If it's not, if they're not agree, so they are not the right tenant for our property. So here, for example, if the tenant signed the lease, so I highlighted in here non-refundable move-in fee in the amount of blah blah blah. So here and then they must to sign it. If you see non-refundable move-in fee, if they move out or if they don't like to continue their contract, they cannot get back their non-refundable move-in fee. So in every state there is a law, so you must to ask this part if it is allowed in your state. Of not here in Kentucky, it is allowed, and it's allowed that we can do this, but they don't. But we as long as not overcharge for the tenant. So there's the common problem, noise and disturbance. So we didn't, sometimes we receive some complaint about the noises, so we need to act that immediately, or anyone who violated for the conditions upon their tenancy, so they must to resolve this problem. So another thing is, illegal activity. Some are, illegal activity, or for example, there is smoking, is smoking, you know, like weeds inside to your property, so that's illegal. And also have a illegal weapon, so it's not allowed to the premises. So there's also, this is always, sometimes it happen, and the other thing is number six is the inspections and payment. So owners or landlords has the right to inspect the property at any time they deem necessary. So we, every 6 months, we sometimes we inspect the property, and we give them a notice, a 24-hour notice advance before we enter the unit. So you need to give a 24-hour notice. You need to give the tenants letter before you inspect, because if not, you know it's not that's not the proper way. So here also, if one of our tenant, or sometimes, there is a bad check, so we charge $35 plus any additional bank charge. So check must be replaced immediately with cash or money order. So in our some of our tenants are pay a check, and others are pay are they pay the rent through our rent 3D app. We have our rent 3D app. So but most of them are pay a money order or a certified check. We don't accept cash, so we accept money order, certified check, and some of them are paid in the rent ready app. So here they must to sign in here. Don't leave it blank. Must be signed their initial name. And also the number seven is the maintenance and exterior. So eh, uh so about the repair and maintenance, so the the property owners are the one to shoulder for that. And also, if there is, for example, it's sometimes there's if there is bugs or cockroaches in the unit, so they must resident inform the landlord or the property managers for that problem, and the owner are responsible for one treatment. But if the premises requires more than one treatment, owner can at the discretion charge resident for the extermination services. So the owner can charge to the resident if more than one treatment. So about pits, so pits is a common problem. You saw as we experience, some of our tenant, when upon the move in, they don't have pits. They don't have pits, and then when they stay for how many months, they bring pits, and sometimes they don't let us know. So as long as you put in your list that if they will bring pits in your property, they must to sign the pit. They must to required we must to required pit addendum. So you must to have that, and we charge for the pits for non-refundable, and we charge also uh $30 per pit. So we just allowed two pits in our rental property. So this is very important that you don't miss to put in your lease agreement. So the other thing is the liability. So owners shall not be responsible for any injury resulting from resident failure to maintain the property. So here, and the number 10 is the renter insurance. So we always, upon signing the lease for our applicants or our resident, we always remind them, and we require them to have a renter insurance, but some of them they don't have. So as long as you put in your lease agreement that they need to get a renter insurance, you are not obliged for any happen, for the unit, because the our insurance is just pay the building. If for example anything happen, just pay the building, and we are not the one to shoulder for the tenants belonging. So they must to don't forget to put down in here too a renter insurance. And also the parking area. Yeah, parking area is a common problem also that we are dealing right now. So some of the tenants, sometimes they bring some people, or some of the tenants put a non-working vehicle, so they don't allow to keep that vehicle in the parking area if not workable. And also we don't allow also to put a trailer and an expired tag. So must be all the vehicles that they have must be workable and not expired tag. So we write it here, parking. Yeah, that's common. Don't forget to put in here. So the number 12 is the community roles. So resident and members of family resident, employees, agents, visitors, and licensee residents shall consult and observe faithfully and comply strict with the community regulations. And B, the future promulgated announced declared by the landlord property managers. So that's the community role. They must to consider that. And you know and the number 13 is the smoking rule. So this is a very common problem. Smoking, even you tell them, some people are this, if you upon the during screening, if they smoke, they said no, but they smoke. And sometimes they smoke inside the premises. We already experienced this. They smoke inside the unit, and that's a very big problem for us. So here, at least you put in here the smoking rules. If they violated, so so you can terminate their list if they are not following your terms and condition. So number 14 is the pest control. So after the first 10 days of the term of the lease shall be the sole responsibility of the tenant, including without limitation, prevention, and remediation. Tenant shall keep the premises free of all pests, including without limit, rodents, flies, bedbugs, cockroaches. As what I said earlier, that if there is any problem occurs especially for the pests like cockroach or bugs, so the owner are responsible for the first treatment. But if it is required more than one, so it will be charged to the tenants or resident. So for on also here the 15, sometimes it's happened that one of our tenant locked themselves because they forget their keys. So first open, first open. We didn't charge, but if they always, doing that, we need to charge a $25 service charge. So and also, ini sometimes it's happened also that one of the family member stay for the residents for example, if they will stay, we just need 10 days, that is fine. But if they will stay more than 10 days, meaning they are occupant, so they must to require a written notice to a permission from landlord. So they must to inform us, if they inform us that they put another people there in the premises, because this is a common problem also. And number 17 is the last page, which is the unit premises move-in inspection. So this is what we did before the tenant signed the lease. I must to lead them to check the unit, um, especially the electric, the water, the sink if it's not clogged out, the tap, the toilet, and also if they see some damage in the wall or anything, or any defects, if and also the appliances, if it's workable. If they see any defects or damage, we must to write it down in here, that they say that the damages upon they move in, and they can put any additional comments over here. So when all is done, so they need to sign over here, the resident. All the resident are above 18 years old. They must to sign over here with the date. And the last one is the landlord. and signature. So after signing, we give the photocopy. So we keep the original copy and we give the photocopy to the resident. So this is all that we have in our leases in our rental property. We are in Kentucky, so um, and I repeat, in every state we have different laws and provision. So it's up to you guys. Up to you guys that you need to what's to ask first to your local property managers or your attorney when you are doing your lease. So this is only, I repeat, this is only for educational purpose only. This is only for sample, and and also, if you like this video and if you think this is informative, please like and subscribe, and see you in my other video. Thank you. Bye bye.